All right, Ohio State fans, I get it. If you missed the news earlier today, Chandler, Arizona quarterback Dylan Raiola has decommitted from The Ohio State University, the number one recruit in the 2024 class. A massive, massive loss, if we're being honest, for Ohio State. He's a great quarterback. He's likely going to be very good. And the rumors are that he's likely going to Nebraska or USC. Let's but really dive into this and see if this really matters for Ohio State. So as I mentioned, he decommits. He has been committed since June or July to the Ohio State Buckeyes. And don't, I'm not going to lie to you guys, it is a loss. Dylan Raiola is an incredible quarterback, an incredible talent. He's already getting comps to Patrick Mahomes, and they are well deserved. He is a very, very good playmaker. But let's not forget who our coach is. And I know it's scary. We don't know what's going on. I saw it all over Twitter today. Ohio State fans were panicking everywhere. But I am here to calm your fears. Look, Ryan Day has not had any real issue committing or getting quarterbacks to commit and recruiting them throughout his time at Ohio State. He's the reason behind Dwayne Haskins' resurgent career there. He beats out Joe Burrow, gets that job, goes on, in my opinion, should have won the Heisman that year. Now, it hasn't worked out for him in the NFL. That doesn't matter. Had a great season at Ohio State. Ryan Day was the one who wanted to go get Justin Fields and bring him to Columbus. Otherwise, we'd have been rolling out Tate Martell. Goes out. Now, granted, because of Julian Fleming and JSN, they found out about CJ Stroud at Elite 11, but they go get him and look at what CJ Stroud has done. I know he's still, some Ohio State fans are a little bit torn on him because he's lost to Michigan twice, but he has a chance to rewrite that narrative now, going out, beating Georgia in just about 15 days and getting us possibly a national championship. So let's hold off on our thoughts on CJ Stroud just right now. We've got some pretty good guys in this room, and I don't think it's time to just hit the panic button just yet. Does it suck losing a guy like Dylan Raiola? 100%. He is a program-changing quarterback, in my opinion. He really is. But we have some really good ones in the room, and one that I want to touch on that it seems like everybody is forgetting about is one Kyle McCord. 63.3% completion percentage, 6,887 yards in his high school career, 88 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. He broke multiple high school records in Pennsylvania at St. Joseph's Prep. And I know a lot of people like to crap on him saying he didn't play great competition. Guys, in his junior season, he played teams like the IMG Academy. They played teams on the road. He played some good competition. On top of that, he was a top 5 recruit in his class. It is not like we're sitting here talking about some kid who can't play quarterback. He very much can. I wrote a piece on him the very start of this website at campus2canton.com. Consistently shows great pocket presence and poise, whether the pocket is clean or obviously if he's under pressure. He can pass the ball with incredible accuracy, both on the pocket and on the move. He gets crapped on a lot for being this quarterback that's not very mobile, but he is more mobile than he gets credit for, at least in my opinion. He has great touch, the short intermediate parts of the field, and he has fairly good accuracy on his deep balls as well. I get it. He's not Dylan Raiola, but he's still a very good quarterback prospect. And I don't want people to forget how good he was and the fact that after his sophomore season, Ryan Day showed up, recruited him, and offered him. In fact, Kyle McCord is the only quarterback in this room that Ryan Day went about this the traditional way of recruiting. Offered someone early, they committed. Not only did they commit, they helped recruit around them to bring players here, a la Marvin Harrison Jr. Multiple other prospects in that class. Kyle McCord got to come with him to Ohio State to help build that. Then CJ Stroud happened later on. After Kyle McCord had already committed, did Kyle bail on the team? Did he enter the transfer portal? He did not. He's waiting his turn because he knows who Ryan Day is and the quarterback developer is. And I think we all, or at least I know, how great of a quarterback Kyle McCord can be. And we're not giving him his due on what he has done at Ohio State, sitting there and waiting his turn. Next up, we have Devin Brown, who in his final season played at Corner Canyon, but did not play that well moving into that season. He did end up getting an Elite 11 invite, was committed to USC, kind of turned around early or after there was some issues with USC, and ends up coming to Ohio State. But as you can see here, 61% completion percentage, almost 8,000 yards passing, 85 touchdowns, though, and 32 interceptions. We were very high on Devin Brown at Campus to Canton before he ended up jumping up to a top 3, 4, 5 quarterback in his class. Some places, I believe, on 3 had him listed as quarterback 1. We had some people here at Campus to Canton who believed he should be quarterback 1. He ended up settling in as QB2. You can read his review right here that we had in our freshman supplemental guide on him. We believe he's going to be a very good quarterback. Now, will he be willing to sit behind Kyle McCord if McCord wins this job? I don't know. That's a question I have no answer to. But if he does, we're set for the next 2 years at least. Assuming both those guys go out there, and let's just be honest, Ryan Day, while the offensive playing calling was a little muddled this year and there were definitely some issues, I think it's fair to say some of that may have come from inconsistencies in the running game. Offensive line was great pass blocking, but they struggled run blocking. And when defenses know that you're going to pass most of the time, I do think that hurt the team a little bit. Maybe if they can get back to running the ball a little bit more, we'll see a little bit more of that free-flowing offense we had even the year prior with C.J. Stroud, and definitely going back to having Justin Fields back there. Obviously, none of these quarterbacks are going to be as mobile as Justin Fields, so you will be eliminating that part of the offense. Dylan Raiola wasn't either. Let's just be honest here. Dylan Raiola was not that. Was he more mobile than a C.J. Stroud? Yeah, absolutely, but he's not Justin Fields. Both of these guys can be very good for Ohio State moving forward the next 2 years. Then that puts us obviously into the year that we would be sitting here wondering who's going to be starting for Ohio State. We had Brock Glenn, and I'll be the first to tell you, seems like a great kid, good quarterback. I don't know that he was going to change much for us here at Ohio State. Lincoln Kienholz can, though. We'll be talking a little bit about him on early signing day here on this channel. Hit the bell icon, subscribe to the channel if you want to watch it. But look at those stats. I get it. Pass completion percentage, not great, 57%. 2,844 rushing yards, 26 rushing touchdowns. If you guys don't know who Caden Salter is, he was the quarterback for Liberty this year. He's a dual threat quarterback. We have him as QB12 in this class, an offensive class rank of 35 with an adjusted grade of 73.7. He's a really good quarterback, guys. Now, again, will he be willing to sit 2 years? We don't know. It's a brand new college football world we're living in with the transfer portal, NIL. But I would imagine he knew that coming in, he was probably going to have to sit for a year or two. And he still chose to flip from Washington, where he likely was going to be the starter next year, behind Michael Penix, to come to Ohio State. And he's very good, guys. He has a really interesting skill set, especially if you have a offensive weapons around him. I think he's going to be a perfect fit for this offense. The arm strength is good. It's not elite, but it is very good. He knows how to work through his reads, which is a must in Ryan Day's system. And he does prefer to stay in the pocket, but he will use his mobility, as you just saw there with the 2,800 rushing yards, when he needs to. And if defenses ignore that, he will burn you like Justin Fields. Why I don't think that matters as much is Ryan Day does not want a rushing quarterback, guys. Take it from, like, you can believe me if you don't, that's fine. I'm telling you right now, I know for a fact he does not want his quarterbacks running. He sells that to his quarterbacks when he recruits them. He says, look, we're not going to run you. We're not trying to get you hurt. We're going to develop you as a passer and get you to the NFL. But Kienholz does have that ability if he wants to use it. I think that the Ohio State Buckeyes are set for the next 3 years. I know it sucks losing Raiola, but we can win a national championship with Kyle McCord, Devin Brown, or Lincoln Kienholz. One of those three, all of those three, because they'll continue to recruit well around him. They already locked up the top wide receiver in Jeremiah Smith in next year's class. I believe he's the number 2 or top wide receiver in the class. He's already committed to Ohio State. Why? Because Brian Hartline's going to continue to do his thing. If they continue to get offensive linemen and running backs, this team's going to be good, guys. And I know it sucks, and I've seen the panic and everybody freaking out, but at the end of the day, I'm telling you guys right now, don't. The Ohio State Buckeyes are going to be okay. I know everybody keeps clamoring. I see it all over Ohio State Buckeyes Twitter. Is Devin Brown going to be ready? I'm just telling you right now, don't overlook Kyle McCord. I know I get a lot of hate for anybody who follows his channel and everything, knowing that I've been in on him for the past 2 seasons. I've said before I thought he should have started over C.J. Stroud. I think this is going to be the reckoning year for him. He's going to prove a lot of people wrong. And I think Ohio State has a really good chance to be very, very good in 2023 as well. If he can operate this system, if he can be CJ Stroud or better, that's a national championship winning team right now. He has the chemistry with Marvin Harrison Jr. He's been in that system for 2 years. 2 years, guys. He sat there waiting his turn. And then at that point, if he does do that, and he does, even if he doesn't win you a national championship, he's very good, takes you to the playoffs again. Guess who's then stepping in if he doesn't transfer? Devin Brown, who's now sat in the system for 2 years and is going to have all those guys in the 2023 class, Keon Gray specifically, who we still think is going to be very good. But then this incoming class with Brandon Innes, Carnell Tate, top end wide receivers, Noah Rodgers, all I believe top 15. And then Jeremiah Smith as well coming in with Lincoln Kienholz as quarterback. I know it sucks. Don't panic, Buckeyes fans. We are going to be okay. And I'm telling you right now, you can bookmark this video. Come find me on Twitter at SportsFanaticMB if it doesn't work out. I think come this time next year, you're not going to remember Dylan Raiola's name because you're going to be 100% thrilled with what Kyle McCord did for our Ohio State Buckeyes.